So most of this is going to be either seated or laying down on the ground, and we're going to be working on getting you comfortable with discomfort. So the breathing that we're going to be doing is hard to do, but it's going to like vitalize you, ramp you up, get you going.
Sorry about being kind of sweaty.
That's fine. Mine are too. I kind of sweat all the time. But so we're going to be going through 6 different moves. We're going to be doing big breaths, and then big breaths with rotation, and then we're going to do something called French pressing, and then breath of fire. That one's pretty wild because you're going to take a big breath in, and then you're going to breathe only through your nose, and the only breathing you're going to do is just breathing out, and then whatever comes back in reflexively. So it just looks like, and that's it's weird. It seems like it'll be super easy, but it's not. And then we're going to be doing Wim Hof breathing, which at the end, I'll have you lay down, bend your knees up so you're like completely relaxed. And you'll be doing maximum inhales with complete exhales. So that means you're breathing 100% in, breathing only out about 80%. So you're leaving a little bit of gas in that tank. We'll do that for a minute. And then I'm going to have you breathe out and hold your breath for a minute with your breath out, which is going to be wild because have you ever tried to do that before? No. It's an interesting experience. But so the 1 minute of really big breathing is going to hyperoxygenate your blood, so there's going to be extra oxygen. So your body is going to tell you need to breathe, but you don't. You just tell it to shut up a lot. It's lying. Because if I put a pulse ox on you that tells you how much oxygen is in your blood, it'd say 100 for like a solid minute.
Kind of like swimming. When you go down and you stay there for a long time, you can just to the point like when you're about to drown. Mm-hmm. You still have oxygen.
Because you're still alive.
Yeah.
You didn't drown. You're good. But this is wild. Like the guy who invented this technique is called Wim Hof. He's Dutch. I think Dutch. I'm not sure Dutch, Belgium, Netherlands. I'm not sure what the difference is. He's one of those countries. And he can actually hold his breath for 7 minutes doing this technique. But a little bit longer than we're doing today. But it does all sorts of wild like endurance, like cold weather exposure. But he also does endurance feats without training for them. Like all he does is breathing. He'll run a marathon. Just breathing. That's all he's like, I don't run. Well, I really like running, but I'll do it to show you I can. But so it's really wild. So with hyperoxygenate your blood, you're going to hold out. And then so this is where we're starting getting comfortable with that discomfort because your body is going to tell you have to breathe because your CO2 levels are going to be going up because you're burning energy and oxygen. You have so much oxygen in your blood, it doesn't matter. So this discomfort is going to come up, and this is where you're going to be like, we're calm, we're cool, we're collected, we're okay, and we're just telling you to shut up. But it'll be wild. So we got about 25 minutes left. Nobody has showed up on there, so we're good. I've got my crazy music thing here, timer, everything set. Any questions? No? Okay, so you should, at some points during this, feel dizzy or lightheaded. If you don't, that's fine too. You might get hot, you might get cold, you might start sweating, you might not. It's just going to be wild because we're messing with a lot of stuff you don't normally deal with. But we're going to start with, timer. So we're going to start with just some big breaths, and that's just going to look like big breath in and big breath out. And then, so when you're doing your big breath in, I want you to try to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth if you can, unless I specifically say to do it another way. And I want you to start your breath with your belly and then your chest. So just, and what we're trying to do is activate that diaphragm there that a lot of people don't use. Because if you, one way to look at that is if you breathe in first in your chest and then try to breathe into your belly, you really you're only getting like 3/4 of your breath. But if you breathe in through your belly and then your chest, which is harder but more effective. So it's just it's an interesting takeaway for it. But so we're going to be doing a lot of diaphragmatic breathing, and it's just going to look like big breaths. So we're going to start now. All right, so big breath in. And yeah, I want you to move your arms too. Because what we're doing is helping elongate your spine, expand your ribs, and out. And in. And out. You all right?
So you can feel it like I'm not using my stomach.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of hard in the seated position. We'll really get after it once we're laying down because you'll really be able to isolate it. You could try, I don't have any blocks here. Let me grab you a block to try and get you into an easier seated position. you put your butt on this, this will lift your pelvis up. It'll allow you to sit up a little bit taller. And if you sit up taller, you'll be able to activate your diaphragm a little bit better. Let's try that again. So, and out. A little bit better now? Good. We're going to do 2 more of these. And out. Turn some music on. And in. And hold at the top this time for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe out completely. This time I want you to fold forward your hips and just lean forward and keep breathing all the way out. Lean forward as much as you can. And then once you're all the way out, we're going to pause for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Bring those arms up overhead, really stretch out that spine, really get some more motion into those joints. And breathe out. So this next one is going to be big breaths with rotation. Today, I want to be doing, what you're going to do is you're going to breathe in, trying to stay up nice and tall, and breathe out, and really try and push out all the air. And we'll go left for 1 minute, and then right for the other minute. And if you mess it up, just do it on one side, and then the other side. Okay. Okay, you ready? So in. And out. Really trying to twist that spine. You might feel some pops. And in. And out. In. And out. Getting that motion, getting that motion. I'm sure you heard motion is lotion. This probably feels interesting. I haven't done the Mordok workout this morning. And the last one. In. And out. Big breath into the middle like we've been doing. And out. Okay, now we're going to rotate the other way. So in. And out. And you should notice that one side's probably tighter than the other. That's normal. And we're really just trying to get after it. It's like when I tell people they need to stretch, I always say do the other side too, because you never know what's going to be going on over there. And in. And out. In. Good job, guys. And out. Out. That's the last one. The next thing is going to be a big breath into the middle. Pause at the top. And all the way out, lean forward, breathe out. I want you to pause once you're all the way breathing out. Count to 5 before you come back up. How do you feel so far? Good. Get a little motion, get that back moving, shoulders, neck. Next one's called French press. So we're sitting up nice and tall. It's going to start pretty similar. Hands up overhead. Then you're going to grab the top of that plunger on that French press. You're going to engage your hands together. You're going to engage your core. And you're going to breathe out through pursed lips. So it looks like you're blowing on a candle. So just going to be. So again, it just looks like engaged in belly too. Don't forget about the belly. And just blow out. We'll do that for now. Good. And in. Engage, push down. And blow out all that air. Breathe in. Engage, push down. And engage. And push down. And in. Engage and push down. Engage, breathe in. Engage and push down. Okay, now we're going to do the opposite. So instead of breathing out and pushing down, we're breathing in and pushing up. That's going to be. And this one feels funky because it's weird. And again, trying to get comfortable with uncomfortable things. Okay, so ready? So hands together, engage, breathe in. And out. Engage. And out. Engage. And out. Engage. And up. And out. One more time, engage, breathe in, and out. A little wobble around, see how you're feeling. The next one's going to be that breath of fire I was talking about. So we're going to start off with just seated. And again, it's just a big inhale, and then breathing just through your nose, and it's just pushing out after that inhale, and whatever comes back in, that's all your breath. Don't actually pull any breath in. And it looks like you look crazy, but it's good for you, I swear. All right, we're going to be doing this for 1 minute. Sit up nice and tall, big breath in, and breathe. 20 seconds in, your body's probably telling you, what the fuck is this? Just keep going. We're going to do this for a minute. Seconds left. It's harder than it looks. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Hold the top. And then breathe out, lean forward. And get all that breath out. I want you to count to 10 before you breathe in. So just stay here for a 10 count. With all that air out of your lungs. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, now we're going to do that again. How do you feel?
Feels like someone's choking you.
Yeah. And it's a weird just oxygen exchange, but it's really, you're working on your posture. You're safe though. I mean, it's uncomfortable. And the next exercise we're going to do after this one gets really uncomfortable. Because it's long-term breath holds, so it'll be pretty interesting to fly. Okay. So we're going to do breath of fire again, but we're going to make it even more uncomfortable just by putting our arms above our head and turning our palms behind us. And so it's a little bit more stress. We're going to do the same thing. Big breath in and breathe. This one is harder, but trust yourself. Trust it's your gut check. You can do it. You're halfway there. Keep on going. You got this. You're just breathing. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Little wobble around. Get some of that movement in your body. Next thing is going to be nice, relaxing, though it's also uncomfortable thing to do. We're going to be doing 1 minute of maximum inhales with the 80% exhale, so it just looks like I still could breathe out more. But so you're breathing out a lot, but not all of it. Okay, we'll do that for 1 minute. I'll keep us together. I'll tell you when your last in breath in, and then we're going to breathe out and hold. And we're going to see how long you can go for. The first time we're going to go for 1 minute. You're going to get that easy because you're athletic and in shape. You should be fine. And then after you breathe, you hold, and then you're going to breathe in, and you're going to squeeze all of your muscles, your core, your butt, your feet, push your toes into the ground, squeeze your hands. You increase the pressure in your core and back. And if you have anything sore in your back or anything like that, I want you to squeeze into those muscles. Because what we're doing is you're hyperoxygenating with that breathing we're doing, and then we're doing an uncomfortable activity with the breath hold. Your body's going to tell you you have to breathe, but you don't, because you have so much oxygen in your blood. People can actually hold their breath for 7 minutes doing this. I can personally do just about 3. But we'll see what you got. We're going to do, so we do breath, hold, breathe in, hold, and then we're going to do that 3 times, longer and longer, and I'll let you know where you're at. The goal is 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, and see what you got. So I would expect you to get to about 2, because we're going to do 3 long minutes of just this long breathing. Hyperoxygenating the blood, really getting just a lot of healing factors activated. This is really good for reducing inflammation and fighting disease and everything like that. And they're actually proving this in laboratory settings, not just like the dude's like, yeah, it fights inflammation. No, it really does. So it's a pretty good thing. That should be good. Okay, so for this though, I want you to lay down because I want your body to be as relaxed as possible. So just lay down on the ground like this. I want you to let your knees kick together so that you're not holding them up the whole time. And what this is going to do is going to allow your body to relax as much as possible. And that's going to make you able to get even more oxygen into your system. And that's where the real healing is going to go. Okay, so you ready to start? Your arms can go anywhere they want. I sometimes put them over my head if I'm feeling it in my back. So sometimes just leave them on the belly or just let it go. You don't, if you feel the need to wibble wobble a little while you're doing this, if you're breathing and you want to breathe into something because you got something sore and you stretch it and breathe, do that. And that's okay. Because what we're trying to do, this is the #1 thing I do to fight back pain. Because this works. Do you have back pain?
Yes.
Okay, well let's breathe into it. Yeah. Okay, so we got 15 minutes left. That's about enough time for 3 rounds of this because we do 1 minute of breathing, 1 minute of hold. And then we'll go into the next 2 rounds, and I'll do a little explanation here too to let you know why, what's going on, let you know you're safe, you're strong. Things to think about yourself when you're doing this is just I'm safe, I'm strong, I get tons of oxygen. There's no reason for me to breathe right. You just try and what's going to happen after a while is your body's just going to start relaxing. You'll feel muscles relaxing and just going out. And then when you do your breath in, breathe into those muscles. And just squeeze those muscles. Get that oxygen, force that oxygen into those muscles. Okay? Now we're going to begin. Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, unless you can't breathe through your nose. But let's just start out that way. So, and start off slow. Big belly breath in. Remember, start with the belly, then the chest. And out. And in, and out. In, out. In, out. In, out. We're going to go a little bit faster now. In, out. In, out. Feel that rhythm of the breath. Let it flow. In, out. In, out. In, out. Feel that rhythm of the breath. Coming in, going out. In, out. Okay, this will be the last breath in. Pause for a second with your breath held like that, and then breathe out. Leave 20% in your tank, and then hold your breath out. Now, right now, check in with your body. See how it's feeling. See if you can feel any aches and pains, any discomfort. Something I like to focus in on is my heartbeat, because since you're not breathing, it's very easy to focus in on that movement in your chest. Just something to focus in on. And try and let relaxation come across you. Just remember, you've got tons of oxygen. You're safe. The ground is supporting you. This nice, solid, hard floor is going nowhere. You got tons of oxygen. You got 30 seconds. Just feel your body. See how it's feeling. "15 seconds. 1 minute's easy for you. In 5, and in 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Big breath, you can. Now squeeze all your muscles. Hold that breath in, squeeze your muscles, push your feet into the floor, squeeze your butt, squeeze your core, and squeeze into those sore muscles in your back. Really try and get that extra oxygenated blood into there. We'll hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now let your breathing return to normal for a second. Wibble wobble around, see how that feels. And then we're going to go to round 2. This round we're going to try and hold your breath longer. We're going to go for 90 seconds. How was 60 for you?
Fine.
Okay. So I'm kind of curious how far you're going to be able to hold your breath in the 3rd round. Because after 3 rounds of doing this breathing, you should be able to hold your breath if you have training, 35 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start again. And ready, and breathe in. Belly and chest. And out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. A little bit faster now. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Let it flow. Just keep going with the flow, in and out. Try and get into a rhythm. I want you to just try and stay at this rhythm for the next 30 seconds. Just think about getting as much oxygen as you can in, but don't breathe all the way out. You're hyper-oxygenating your blood. You're getting your body sent to a situation that it likes to be in. Everything works better in the body when your pH is trending towards alkaline, and that's what happens when you breathe like this. You're making your body less acidic. Here we got 10 more seconds. A couple big breaths in, a couple big breaths out. I'll have us do the last one together. All right, 5 seconds. All right, breathe out. Big breath in. Breathe out. And hold it on the out. Take this time to check in with your body. See how it's feeling now. You might be starting to get little vibrations in muscles that are not used to getting this much oxygen put into them. They might be tingling and jingling. They might be trying to figure out what's going on here. But it's good. On the 2nd round, you might feel your body starting to try to relax a little bit. Let it happen. Try to just lean into that relaxation. You've got tons of oxygen. Your body's energized. We're at 30 seconds. We're at 1 minute. You look like you're doing great, but if you start having trouble holding your breath, little swallows can help. Fake breaths where you breathe without breathing. Or I like to focus in on my heartbeat and count 5 beats. And then while I lasted 5 beats, why can't I last longer? Okay, you got? Okay, you got to 80 seconds. Big breath in. Squeeze all your muscles. Really squeeze them into those muscles in your back. Squeeze your butt, your toes, your feet, your hands, your core. Really squeeze into any tight muscles that you're feeling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take a few regular breaths now. Feel your body, move a wobble around. See what changes you're making, because you are making changes. You're telling these sore back muscles that they don't have to be like this. And they're actually accepting this as truth now. So for this next one, we're gonna go for as long as you can hold your breath. I'll give you 30-second timers to let you know where you're at. Let's try and beat 80 seconds. I'm pretty sure you can, especially since we're gonna do another round of hyperoxygenation. So, are you ready? All right, breathe in and out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, really get into a flow. Just really get that air coming in, air going out. Air coming in, oxygen saturating your system, and out. I want you to stay with this rhythm. I'm just going to kind of chatter while the next 30 seconds of this. Just get that oxygen in there. That's where we're making the change. That's telling your body you're safe. All of your cells in your body have so much oxygen, they don't know what to do with it right now. 10 more seconds. Keep on breathing. Keep that flow. Keep on rolling. All right, one big last breath in. And breathe out and hold. Check in with your body, see how it's feeling. Feel that ground supporting you. Just feel how safe and secure that is. Remind yourself there's tons of oxygen in your blood. There's no reason to believe your body about the need to breathe right now. You're at 30 seconds. Focus in on your heartbeat. Slow it down. Tell any tight spots in your body to relax. Just focus in on those areas. Most people don't focus in on where there's discomfort. I want you to just really focus in on those areas that have been troubling you. 1 minute. And once you focus in on those areas, try and let those areas relax. Don't force it, but just try and let it go. There you go. Big breath in. Engage every muscle you got. Squeeze, and this time I want you to squeeze all this energy into your head. Just try and force it up towards your head. Really engaging. Let that oxygenated blood flow out through your system, but really focus on your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. How do you feel?
Good.
All right, so how many push-ups can you normally do?
10.
All right, let's see how many you can do. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into all fours like this. You're going to do 10 of these big belly breaths, and then you're going to breathe out. You're going to do as many push-ups as you can until you have to take a breath, but your breath's going to be out. So we're going to do 10 breaths together. So 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Breathe out. You ready? All right, it's good. It's your first time though. The first time I did it, I got 4, but now I'm into the 30s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly normal. First time I did, I got to 4, and my body's like, "You have to breathe."
My body just locked.
Yeah, and that's that discomfort. But after, if you do this several times, you're gonna start getting comfortable. That's the discomfort. Your body's like, "This is easy, I'm good." But the cool thing is this works outside of life. So now that you've done this uncomfortable training for half an hour, uncomfortable shit you're gonna see the rest of the day, it's gonna be a little bit easier. It's not gonna be as triggering as it might have been. Like I like to give the example of like somebody's being rude on the road and I've done this breathing that day. I let it go a lot more easily.
Okay, cool.
But also it works for athletic stuff too. Like if you try this again with the push-ups and things like that, it will get a lot easier. The breath holds will get easier too, and everything like that too.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, I was ready for it.
Cool. So this is our Tuesday, Friday here at 10 o'clock. Also 6 p.m. on Mondays at Back to Health Wellness in Utica. I also do it, but I'm also putting it online too if you find yourself elsewhere as well.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.